Welcome to the Daily Decant, your 5-minute briefing on the world of wine. Each episode delivers practical insights to help you choose, order, and talk about wine with more confidence in everyday social settings. Let's get into today's decant. It's a new week, we've got a new country, and if Burgundy was the most misunderstood wine region in the world, today's destination is its closest rival for that title. We're in Piedmont, or in Italian, Piemonte, and we're going to spend this entire week understanding one of the most profound wine regions on Earth. I have been looking forward to this week for a while, and last night I celebrated with trying a bottle of Nebbiolo from Gabriele Scaglione. It was the Langhe Nebbiolo, and it was delightful. So let's go. Piedmont sits in the far northwest corner of Italy, bordered by the Alps to the north and the west, and the Apennine Mountains to the south. The major city at its heart is Turin, known in Italian as Torino. The region forms a large bowl-shaped valley, and that geographically matters enormously for wine. The mountains protect the vineyards from the harsh northern and Atlantic weather, while the Po River plain creates a moderating influence on temperature. The result is a continental climate, cold winters, hot summers, and critically long, slow autumns that allow grapes to ripen with extraordinary complexity and aromatic depth. Now the grape. Because everything in Piedmont revolves around one variety, Nebbiolo. This is one of the most singular and demanding grapes in the world. It ripens very late, later than almost any other variety cultivated in Italy, which means it needs those long Piedmontese autumns to reach full physiological maturity. It's thin-skinned, like Pinot Noir, but produces wines of enormous tannic structure and extraordinary aging potential. The classic tasting note is roses and tar. That combination sounds unlikely the first time you hear it. Once you've experienced it in a well-made bottle, you'll recognize it instantly for the rest of your life. Add dried cherry, tobacco, leather, iron, and sometimes truffle, and you'll have Nebbiolo at its finest. Here's the geographic framework you need for this week. The key wine zones in Piedmont are clustered in the Langhe Hills, a series of rolling ridges southeast of Turin, around the towns of Alba and Asti. This is where the great action happens. From these hills, you get two great Nebbiolo wines, Barolo to the southwest of Alba and Barbaresco to the northeast. These get their own dedicated episodes this week, Tuesday and Wednesday for Barolo, Thursday for Barbaresco. But Piedmont is empathetically not just Nebbiolo. The region has a rich cast of supporting grapes that produce the wines Piedmontese people actually drink every day, and that represent some of the best value in all of Italian wine. Barbera is the most widely planted red grape, producing juicy, high-acid, deeply colored wines that are among the most food-friendly bottles that you can find anywhere. Dolcetto is softer and more immediately approachable, with lower acidity and a characteristic bitter almond note on the finish that's entirely its own. And then the whites, Moscato d'Asti, the gently sparkling, low-alcohol, lightly sweet wine that's one of the world's most underrated pleasures, and Gabi, made from the Cortese grape, crisp and mineral. Friday's episode covers all of them. Now, the Burgundy comparison, because it comes up constantly and is genuinely useful. Like Burgundy, Piedmont is dominated by one single grape for its greatest wines. And, like Burgundy, the concept of specific vineyard sites called MGA in Piedmont, which stands for Menzioni Geographiche Aggiuntive, is absolutely central to understanding quality and what you're buying. Again, like Burgundy, there are traditional and more modern winemaking philosophies that produce very different wines from the same vineyards. Finally, like Burgundy, the greatest wines demand patience and reward it enormously. But here's one important difference that makes Piedmont uniquely compelling right now. Barolo and Barbaresco are still meaningfully more affordable than their Burgundian counterparts at most quality levels. A village-level Barolo from a serious, well-regarded producer, something that might cost $300 or more if it came from Gevrey-Chambertin, might cost you $60 to $100 here. A single vineyard bottling from a great estate might be $150 to $200 versus $500 and up in Burgundy. That window will not stay open forever as the region gets more international recognition, and this is the time to explore. Here's the one thing to carry with you from today. Piedmont is a region defined by one extraordinary grape, Nebbiolo, and two extraordinary wines, Barolo and Barbaresco. Everything else this week builds on that foundation. Tomorrow we go deep on Barolo, the communes, 2 great style schools, and what makes this wine unlike anything else in the world. Don't miss it. So that's today's Daily Decant. If you found this helpful, be sure to subscribe and share with your friends so you can continue building your wine knowledge in just a few minutes a day. See you tomorrow for your next decant.